What if I told you that you could talk with the CEO in the next 2 months? In this video, I'll show you the fastest way to network on LinkedIn, how to write the perfect message to get a response, and how to find the hidden opportunities that most college students will miss. So stick around and learn how you can make those conversations with decision makers.
And we are outside Glassboard. I'm totally nervous. 5 months ago, I was just alone sitting in my apartment at college, and now I'm meeting with two top people in the consulting product development firm.
Make that 3 top people. Earlier this month, we hosted a live stream with a CEO and 2 senior consultants from downtown Indianapolis. We also got 3 calls with school board members, and all of this was done using the strategies in this video. So let's talk about the 3 questions we're gonna answer. Number 1, what's the fastest way to get a response from a CEO? 2, how do I craft the perfect LinkedIn message to get someone's attention? And 3, how do you find hidden networking opportunities that most students miss?
So, what is the fastest way to get a response from people? For Project Melody, we had to contact a lot of people, mostly through LinkedIn. But the problem is, when you send messages on LinkedIn, it's very easy to be left unread for days, maybe even weeks. How do you make sure you get a fast response from people? Well, the fastest way to get a response is to already know the person that you're messaging. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry, but it really is the fastest way. Put yourself in their shoes. Would you respond quicker to a friend's message or a message from a complete stranger? The real secret to networking is forming genuine relationships with people and using platforms like LinkedIn to stay connected with them. That's how Max was able to secure interviews with South Bend, Indiana leaders. He had met them at a community event and offered to connect with them on LinkedIn. And from there, he would occasionally check in to maintain the relationship and stay relevant. That's the hardest but most important part. So when the time came for a call, they were more than willing to help out. That's also how I secured an interview with a piano teacher. I already knew her because she had given me violin lessons before. So when I reached out to her, she said she was happy to do whatever she could to help.
Whether you already know someone or not, you still need to ask them to meet with you. So, because of that, you might be asking, how do we craft the perfect message? If you're still in college and you're having a blast, the chances are that the person that you're trying to contact also had a great time in college. So you gotta use that. You gotta tell them things like, hey, I'm an undergraduate in blank major, or I also went to blank school. These things are really good to get their attention. If you approach them asking for advice rather than a job, they'll be much more likely to help you out. Get to know them and build a real relationship. And now, just to bring everything together, here's a template of what you can say. Hey, insert name here, I hope your project is going well. I started something similar with a team of engineers and artists, and we're taking on YouTube. Would you be free for a 10-minute chat with some advice? Again, always personalize your message to the person you're sending it to. This can be a lot more time-consuming, but it will get their attention compared to a boring old message.
Why didn't my spam filter catch this?
The biggest thing that you need to know is to get to know people. But how do you get to know people? Well, in the beginning, you have to be extremely extroverted. Walk up to someone who's working at a company you like and ask them about themselves. Remember, build a relationship first and get the job later. Because if you were working at a company, would you rather talk to a student who was demanding a job from you, or would you talk to the student who was genuinely interested in you and your career goals? Look for email lists in your community, or if you're in college, go to those things that you see on the flyers all around campus, because if you're lucky, you will find people like Zach and Grant from SEP and Glassboard, people who are genuinely interested in helping college students. And once you meet those people, offer to follow up on LinkedIn. And with that platform, you can offer to get coffee later. I, for example, drove down a couple of weekends just to get coffee and catch up on how things were going. And by doing that, you're building trust. So by the time I was ready to host a live stream on my channel, they were more than happy to help. Remember, networking goes both ways, so if you want to form a genuine relationship, focus on the value that you are adding to the relationship. Now get out there and just meet people for the sake of making friends. And remember to subscribe to keep up with our STEAM projects and especially our Project Melody piano kit.